Hi, I'm Kev from 24/7 Blinds, and in this video we're going to take a look at measuring your bay window for blinds. Blinds are a quick and inexpensive way of adding privacy to any window, but they're also a great way to add a splash of colour, texture or a design statement to almost any room. Once you have these measurements saved, swapping or personalising your blinds at different times throughout the year is a great way to freshen up a room style. So let's get started and take a look at what we're going to need to measure this bay window. To measure for your blinds, you're going to need a metal tape measure, a pencil, a couple of sheets of A4 or A5 paper, and a notepad and ruler. And throughout this video, we'll be referring to all measurements in centimetres. Before we start taking measurements, it's important to know what type of bay window you have. There are traditionally two types of bay window: angled or box bay windows. Angled bays are where the two or more sections sit off the main window at an angle to the front window configuration. 90-degree box bays have straight 90-degree windows offset from the main window. But today we're going to focus on this angled bay window that we have here. Before we start, it's probably worth me explaining why you can't just measure up a bay window in the same way as you would for a traditional window. If we take a look at a couple of these fixing brackets, you'll see that because of the angle, if we just measure the width of each section, the brackets will interfere with each other like this. So what we actually need to do is make the blinds a little bit shorter, so then the brackets will marry up like this. Now that's all well and good, but you won't have these brackets to hand. But we have a clever trick that you can use to measure up instead. If you head over to the measuring guide page on our website, or just click the link below, you can download and print off this handy bay window projection guide, which tells you the projection or depth of the brackets for all the different blinds we sell. Now today we're going to be measuring to fit 50mm wooden Venetian blinds. So if we look down the list, we can see that the projection for these blinds is 65mm. Now for the clever bit. Get the two pieces of paper, place them side by side, and then mark them both at the measurement for the projection of the blinds you're ordering, 65mm in our case. Now we're going to slide the two pieces of paper towards each other along the windowsill until the two marks we made meet up. Now use the pencil, make a small mark on the sill where the paper meets the window frame. Do this for all the angles on your bay, and once you're done, make a mark where you want the outermost blinds to finish. So now we've established where each blind will finish, we just need to get our tape measure out and make a note of each width. So now we have the actual length for each of the sections. It always helps me if I draw out a top-down view of the bay window on the page and jot the measurements down on there. So we can measure number 1, point A to point B for blind 1, point B to point C for blind 2, point C to point D for blind 3, point D to point E for blind 4, and finally point E to point F for blind 5. And now we need to measure the height or drop. Again, taking 3 measurements throughout: left, middle and right, or each panel location. And now we're going to use the smallest set of figures to ensure we get consistent fit along the entire bay window. One final thing to remember is when you order your blinds online, select recess measurement. That means that we'll deduct a small amount from each blind so that they don't sit together too tightly. All that's left to do is to head over to the website, select your choice of blind from our wide range of styles and colours, and enter in your measurements. And don't forget to take a note on which side you would like the blind's control cords to be on. And you're all set. In no time at all, you can have a bay window in your home that looks as good as this one.